What up, B Squad? It is me, JB, and we are here today, you guys, we're going to do 3 videos today. Possibly 4, but the 4th one you might not see until tomorrow morning. But it is what it is. But the first video we're going to do, I'm trying to debate if I want to condense these two into 2 videos or just, we'll do the Real Housewives of Miami's reunion part 1 and 2, and we'll see how we get to the end of part 1 and what we feel, and then we will go from there. But first, we're going to start up with, this is season 6 reunion part 1 for the Real Housewives of Miami. So this aired on Wednesday night, right after Beverly Hills went off. And then I found out yesterday, which was Friday, so I'm filming this on Saturday morning. So I found out on Friday that part 2 aired on Thursday. And so then next week, part 3 is going to air next Thursday night instead of on Wednesday. Because if you guys don't know, next Wednesday, they're going to show part 2 of the Beverly Hills reunion. Then they're going to show Bet on Blonde, which is, dealing with Erica Girardi. And so we'll get part 3 on Wednesday. But before we just get into the review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, shall we? All right, you guys, so before we go ahead and get into the review, I have 2 questions for you guys. One, I was thinking, and I'm not super duper sold on it just yet, but let me know what you guys think about us reviewing The Real Housewives of New Jersey when they return, you guys. Only reason why I say that with a little hesitancy is because you guys know I watch every Housewives. I know all the Housewives cities. The only thing about Jersey that I don't look forward to is the Teresa stands. Then you got the Teresa Melissa stands. Then you got Teresa, the Teresa versus Margaret stands. And I know this season, Jennifer Aiden is and her and that girl, Danielle Cabral, they got into a fight with each other. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna say no. But the next one that I was gonna ask you guys about, Real Housewives of Dubai. They finally, released a little teaser for Dubai. So Dubai returns Sunday, June 2nd, which is actually my baby brother's birthday. But let me know about that, you guys. I do think I'm gonna review Dubai. I'm just trying to debate if we're gonna do it live or if I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video. Let me know what you guys think. And there will be one person that we won't discuss, even if it's live or pre-recorded. There's one cast member. She gets no mention over here on this channel. But yeah, you guys, the Real Housewives of Miami reunion, I thought it was a good reunion. So the ladies, they all looked decent. They look good, right? If I had to go in order of who I liked the most, I would say that Kiki was my top. I loved her dress. Followed by Kiki, I would go, who would I do after Kiki? That is a tough one. So Kiki, Adriana, and then after Adriana, I'm going to hell in this one. With this one, we're going straight down the rabbit hole to hell. Because I like Gertie's dress, but I did not like it. So Gertie's boobs, right there, it just didn't look like the dress fit her boobs that much. So I liked her dress. I didn't hate it. What I didn't also like was whatever I don't know what those were that was like, it looked like a bee's nest, but I didn't know what it was on her dress. But I liked her dress, so I guess after Adriana, I would say Gertie. After Gertie, I don't like anybody else's look. I didn't like Larsa's look. Lisa's look was kind of bland. Alexia's look was bland as well. Dr. Nicole is pregnant, so we're going to take it easy on her. And I think she looked better without the gloves. I will say that. Julia, I didn't hate Julia's look, but I didn't like Julia's look at the same time, right? And then the drunk, I don't know what the fuck she had on. Like, I don't know what she had on. Now, let's do the seating chart, you guys. So, you know, we got Andy center. So to Andy's right, you have Larsa, Lioness, Larsa, Lisa, Nicole, and on the end, who the fuck was on the end? Oh, Adriana. So yeah, it was Larsa, Lisa, Nicole, and Adriana, right? Now to the left of Andy, you have Gertie, you have Alexia, and after Alexia, you had Kiki. After Kiki, it was the drunk. Am I correct, you guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it was. Gertie, Alexia, Kiki, and the drunk. Now, one thing with Bravo, like what y'all did last season with the Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all could have had a bigger couch because y'all got these women scrunched together on these. Like, that's the one thing about the pandemic that I did like with the reunions, where they had their own little chairs that they were sitting in. And then when they did bring them back together on a big couch, they all had their own little separate, they all had their little separate part on the chair that they sat on, right? Not Miami did it. Potomac did it. I know New York did it. Did New York do it or did Beverly Hills do it? Somebody did. No, Atlanta did it. Somebody did. I don't remember who did it, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, them little bitty ass couches. They know they did. They know they're wrong for that, but hey, it is what it is. So we get into the reunion. Marcus, the comment that you made about none of these women could even clean your house or something, whatever the comment was, it's like, sir, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. It was a rude comment because you got a doctor on the couch, Dr. Nicole. You got Gertie, who's made her own business. You have the drunk, although I don't like her. The woman had a PR company, right? You have Kiki, who's a model. You have Adriana, who's who's well versed and well traveled, speaks multiple languages. So you diminishing these women when the only person you should be diminishing is the person that's standing right next to you, which is Larsa. Because Larsa, I was gonna try to be nice to Larsa. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep that comment that I was gonna say to myself. But if you catch what I was about to say, then you got it, right? So we get on the stage and we immediately start talking about Larsa and Marcus, right? And Michael Jordan. Larsa doesn't understand why we are talking about it, right? I'm like, you do understand why we're talking about it because this is the Michael Jordan and you're dating his son. So it's going to be something that is talked about, right? Kind of like how Andy, if you guys, when they were on Peacock, right? And anytime Julia and Martina were on Watch What Happens Live, he fangirls over Martina because Martina is a superstar. So Larsa, shut up. That's all I want to say with Larsa was just to shut up, right? She says that she doesn't want to talk about her sex life, but you're the one that's talked about it ad nauseum, right? And Larsa, let's just dig deeper into this one real quick, right? So you guys know Larsa said last season that she and Scotty had sex 3 to 4 times a night, right? Then she went on Watch What Happens this season with Marcus and said they have sex 5 times a night, right? You guys remember? Wait, no, I did not do a reunion review last season. I was about to say, you guys remember, I was tweeting about it last season. That's what it was. But I tweeted last season, girl, that's a lie. Like, that means you ain't got no feeling in your, in your hoo-ha. That means you gotta be, no, I'm not saying that she is, but if you getting pounded 5 times in a night, girl, what kind of walls do you have? Just asking a general question, right? I think Larsa and the dum-dum over here, Marcus, are getting I think that they're talking about multiple climaxes, right? I feel like that's what they mean because 5 times in a night, how is he keeping it up 5 different, like 5 times a night? So is like, let me ask, like follow up question, like, girl, is it hours on end? Like, I'm sorry, there's just no way if I was a woman, I would want somebody pounding into me 5 different times. But I think she means 5 different climaxes. And the ladies don't believe her, and she was like, well, maybe you guys are just dry. And I would have said, no, maybe it's just that you ain't got no feelings in between your legs. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all, I cracked up when Lisa tried to defend Larsa and Gertie called her the mascot. I hollered. Found it funny. Let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, like part one of the reunion, I realized majority of it was about Larsa, and then part two, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna tack part two into this video because this video is already long, so we're gonna split them up. So Larsa is talking about the things that Kiki said in her interview about she and Marcus, especially when it came to that welcome home party. Ma'am, you look stupid. You're a woman of a certain age, right? You're closer to 50 than you are to 20. Because you acted like a schoolgirl. Oh my God, Marcus is coming home. Marcus is coming home. Like, oh my God, Lars is a Cancer? What the fuck? Oh my God. Larsa is 49 years old. Her birthday is July 7th, 1974. What the fuck? This is something got to be in the Bravo waters. It is something in the Bravo waters. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm a Cancer myself, and I am a July baby. Like, my birthday is 10 days after after Larsa's. This is hilarious. Because you guys know, with the Cancers on Bravo, some of them I like, but I always go against them. Like, Eric is a Cancer. Dorit is a Cancer, right? Renna was a Cancer. I do like, now here, let me say this real quick. I did like Renna and I did like Erica in the past, but you know, over the last few seasons, I wasn't a fan of them. But Erica, Dorit, Renna, Sharice from Potomac, she and I share the same birthday, can't stand her. And now Lars is a goddamn on Cancer. Are you serious? What the hell, man? But it is what it is. But yeah, you're closer to 50 than you are to 15. And so she felt the way about Kiki saying that. And it was like, but she was telling the truth. And Kiki apologized to her. And I don't think that Kiki should have apologized to her. But you know what it is. It is what it is. So where are we at? They then talked about Michael Jordan, right? And Larsa saying when Michael Jordan was asked a question about their relationship that he was joking. I beg to differ, ma'am. He was not joking whatsoever. What I also will say about part one, it felt like part one was all over the place, and it was like a bunch of like they filmed this for a little bit. It was like a bunch of cut and paste, because we went from Marcus and Larsa all the way down to let's talk about the room, who's the messiest in the group. And I believe that the drunk, aka Marisol, is the messiest, right? We talked about Julia this season being a pot stirrer. I will give them that Julia was a pot stirrer. But if we're gonna say Julia was a pot stirrer, then we also have to say that Larsa stirred the pot a little bit, right? The stuff with Gertie. We'll talk about that in part two. We'll talk about the stuff with Gertie. Like, I think Larsa was a little bit of a pot stirrer, right? So Julia believes that it was Marisol who went and Marisol who went and told Larsa about Julia kissing that man, right? Larsa says it wasn't her. I like, girl, I think you're lying. So we also found out that Julia and Marisol, they're in a good place with each other. I don't understand how and why, but it is what it is. Now we'll pause here and we're gonna wrap up part one of the reunion, you guys. So we also talked about in part one, Alexia and you know, how Frankie is, right? Frankie's doing good. Frankie is taking Ubers by himself. Sometimes she doesn't know. So I'm happy to hear that Frankie is, you know, becoming more independent, right? And what I will say about Alexia is it's a similar sentiment that I have about Giselle, aka Saturn's rings over on Potomac, right? When we see Giselle with her girls, that is when she seems more humanistic, right? Same with you know, the racist Barbie over here, right? Racist Barbie, I feel like when we see Peter, she is more likable. Granted, I still don't like Alexia, but seeing her with Peter makes her just seem a little bit more human, right? So then we moved into the Nuevos Horizontes party, right? Remember, that was a party that we had at the beginning of the season. And remember, Todd wasn't there. But for Alexia to say that Todd didn't come because of Adriana and some other things, so you lied, because you specifically made it out that it was all about Adriana. So now you're saying it was other factors in it as well. Because you said, I think the reason why she said that is because your husband was never seen on camera, very rare this season. We didn't see him. When you and Frankie went to go look at them homes, he wasn't there. So I think he had to come to the reunion and clean that up, be like, oh no, it wasn't just Adriana. Like, he was talking about other people too as well. Girl, stop lying. And then you're gonna sit there and you're sitting on the stage talking about that you don't, you know, out of everybody on the stage, you're the one that doesn't lie. I was like, are you sure? Let's go back to last season, right? When a lie by omission is still a lie, nonetheless, right? Because you lied and said that that guy that Adriana was dating last season was married. He was not married. He was divorced. You saw the divorce decree. You saw all the court documents. Your ass just didn't scroll down to the bottom of the screen. So you putting out that lie that he was still married. He wasn't married. So what is that called? A lie. Even if it is by omission, it is still a lie. You ran with that. And then when you got caught that you didn't read, oh, well, that's not on me. That's not on me. Y'all, that's why I can't stand her, right? Can't stand her. So at one point, Adriana and Alexia, they are talking over each other, and I don't know what the fuck was being said, because it was I was like, can somebody shut up? Can somebody shut up, right? And I love the fact that Dr. Nicole chimed in and was like, you know, y'all can dish things, you and Mary dish things out to people, but when people do things to y'all, the gloves are off. And it's like, exactly. Now, I will say, I think it can be all the same thing. Same thing can be said for a lot of you guys in this group, right? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, I think Dr. Nicole is the only person who, you know, she may do some things, but she owns up to it, and other people don't. And that's just how I feel. So they broke for lunch, right? And when they broke for lunch, backstage, now I remember, because I don't follow Andy, but I remember OMFG Reality had posted it when Andy was in his dressing room, and he was, you know, he was just standing, he was just on the phone like this, right? And you could hear, he's like, this is going to be a long night, because you could hear an argument in the background. Now, at that time, I was thinking that it was Alexia and Adriana arguing, right? Because if you guys remember, back when BravoCon back when they had BravoCon, Adriana and Alexia, they got into it in the airport. I don't know if they got on their way back from BravoCon. I remember it. They got into it in the airport. I don't know if they were, I think they were back in Miami when they got into it. So I just automatically figured it was Alexia and Adriana. Well, I had one person, right? It definitely was Alex. I knew it was Alexia because I could hear Alexia's voice. I could like when Andy had the camera, I'm like, I can hear Alexia, but I just didn't know who Alexia. Like I said, I thought it was Adriana she was arguing with, but no, it was Larsa that she was arguing with because Larsa feels a way about the situation that also happened on stage, right? So I don't know how it came about, but they were talking about something that happened at um when Lisa and Larsa got into it at the wedding, when it was, remember the situation when they were talking about Lisa renting out her house, right? Was that last season or was that season 4? I don't remember which season it was, but they were arguing about that, right? And so they're basically saying that Larsa is one of those people who, like, if you don't have her back, she's saying she'll go to the press about things that she knows about you, right? And so she's saying, this is what they're saying that Larsa said, right? That there were women who were at Alexia's wedding and they were, because Julie was like, what were they doing? Because not Alexia, but Larsa didn't want to say what they were alleged to be doing, right? So Julie was like, were they giving blowjobs? Were they kissing? And so Larsa kind of hinted at it because I think Nicole or somebody said they were doing cocaine, right? And she said that's what they were saying. I was like, oh, so you were gonna go? I didn't understand it, but that's what she got mad about. She got mad about that and the fact of Alexia saying that she's the only one that doesn't lie. Larsa, but you do lie. And I'm going to tell you what you do lie about. You lied about your ass. Your ass is not real. Like, let's just stop lying about that, Larsa. Your butt is fake. Let's be real. You got a fake booty. You went to the Kardashian doctor. It is what it is. So that's the end of part one of the reunion, guys. We ain't gonna pause here. We're gonna end this video, so be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys, and until the next time, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next